Is really bothering me, and question is this: where are you from? And if you might have thinking this question, okay, sir, where are you from? So right now I'm sitting in my bedroom in Surat, Gujarat, India. And Surat, Gujarat, India. And let me ask the same question with you as well. Guys, please share your city name. Where are you from? Type your city name in chat. Let me settle this question, and then we will move to our session. So let me know where are you from in chat. Let me check. Okay, after some time I will not allow to everyone join or exit, right? So people are saying I am from Germany, Lahore, I am from Chennai, Manwad, Delhi, Bangladesh. Oh my God, Mumbai. So why I ask this question? If someone is thinking that, sir, why you are asking this question? Where are you from? Guys, understand the power of technology. Understand the power of technology. I am sitting in India, and you are sitting in. Someone is sitting in Bangladesh. Someone is sitting in Delhi. Someone is sitting in Mumbai, and still we are communicating. Still we are communicating. So that's the power of technology, and that technology you are going to learn, right? Pakistan, Nepal, India, Lahore, Pakistan. Great. Okay. Somali. I am from Somali. Good. So understand the power of technology, guys, right? By one single click, you can join from anywhere, right? And that's the value of CCNA, right? You all are aware how much CCNA is important. Type yes if you are aware. Yes, I know CCNA is important. And if you think, no, Praful, I don't know what is CCNA. What is CCNA? Type no in the chat. Let me know how many of you aware about CCNA. How many of you aware from CCNA? How many of you don't know anything? If you are thinking that I never heard CCNA in my life, what is CCNA? Just type no. And if you know, yes, CCNA is important, I know CCNA. That's why I am here. I am interested to learn CCNA. Please type yes. Please type yes in the chat that yes, I know. Cisco Certified Network Associate. Yes, Sunil. Good. Good. Yes. 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 So many people know about CCNA. CCNA is important. Yes, CCNA is important. Many people enrolling themselves for CCNP security, right? And when I started teaching CCNP security, they are facing problem in configuring a static routing and problem while configuring OSPF. They don't know about the state of neighborship in OSPF, right? So why they enroll themselves for CCNP security? And few people enroll themselves for CCNP routing and switching, but they don't know what is OSI model. They don't know how to do basic subnetting. They don't know what is VLSM. So guys, CCNA is entry level, base, your base, right? So CCNA is much important, more important than any other certification, right? You should have good command on CCNA. First, right? First you need to learn what is network fundamental, what is OSI model, what is subnetting. Then only you can learn any other technology, right? So don't enroll for CCNP security if anyone don't have knowledge of CCNA, right? Or people who don't have knowledge about CCNA basic. They don't know IPv4, subnetting, VLSM, OSI model, routing, switching, right? So don't go for any other certification. First learn routing and switching. If you will have good command on basic, on routing and switching, then only I will make you understand. Then only I can teach you any other technology. Then only I will teach you CCNP security. Then only I will teach you CCNA security. Then only I will teach you CCI routing and switching. Then only I will teach you firewall, right? So first you should have good command on basic, right? Like what is OSI model, how OSI model work, each knowledge of each and every layer, right? What's the working of application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer, each and everything. Once you learn basic, then you should learn routing. Once you learn routing, then you should learn switching. Once you will have good command on basic, routing and switching on these three modules, then only you should go for CCNP security, right? So if there is, I think there will be 1 to 3 people who enroll for CCNP security, but I removed them from that group, right? Because I said that first complete CCNA routing and switching, then again join CCNP security. Your fee is fine, yeah. I know you are paid student. Definitely I will teach you CCNP security as well, but after 2 months or 3 months, right? First you need to learn CCNA routing and switching. Once I feel yes, you have good command on CCNA routing and switching, then I will again enter you in CCNP security group. Fine. So that's not today. That's not my today agenda. Today agenda is to complete IPv4 and subnetting, right? So let me know in chat. Type yes, Praful, I want to start. Just don't talk and start our session, right? If you want, just start our session. Just type Y in the chat, or if anyone want to speak, you can speak as well, right? Let me unmute you. So Sunil, yes, people is saying yes, definitely. Soon I will start our session, right? Soon I will start our session. Let me allow you to speak. If anyone want to speak, you can speak as well. You can speak as well. Okay, no problem. No problem at all. Yes. Start it, sir. Yes. Okay. So today I am going to make you understand IPv4 classification and subnetting, right? IPv4 classification and subnetting. So I am going to share my screen with you. Then I will open one blackboard where I will discuss each and everything step by step, right? Once you feel any doubt, right, while explaining, just wait for completion. Once I complete the discussion, you can share your question in chat, or you can speak as well. Okay, so type yes. Is it okay? Type yes in the chat. Please don't forget the submitting questions and or WhatsApp group. Dear, don't worry about that. I will not forget your question. Definitely I will share your question. Okay, but after discussion, right? After discussion, not now. Let me share some formula with you first, then I will share your question, and then I will solve your question as well. Don't worry. Okay. How many of you have pen or a notebook? How many of you have a pen or notebook? Yes. Adil, yes, good. Good. Few people is joining, few people is traveling and watching my video, right? Yes. Good, ready. Good. So if you are investing your 2 hours, that it's more important you are getting or not, you are getting knowledge or not. After 2 hours, if you feel, I don't learn anything, right? That means I also invested my effort, energy, time, and you also waste your time, energy, and okay. So people is saying yes. I will check chat again after some time, after discussing one concept, right? Earlier waiting from morning, sir. Sunil, okay, dear. Okay. Definitely you will get benefit from this webinar. Okay, don't worry about that. Let me know one thing. You are able to see my screen. My screen is visible to everyone. Network professional. Yes. 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 Great. Now let's start. And let me check your level first. I am writing one IP address over here, and my IP address is 192.168. 275.100. And let me know, guys, is it a valid IP address or not? Is it a valid IP address or not? Let me know, is it not? Who is saying
No.
not?
Shadi, no.
Yes. Why? Great. But why?
275.
Why 275 is not allowed in the field?
We have only 255.
I know only from 0 to 255 is not, but why? What is the logic behind it? Right? Getting my question? Why it's a invalid IP address? Can anyone?
It's a 8-bit octet,
Okay.
and when you convert to decimal to the binary, is into 255 is the maximum.
Great, great. What he is saying that in IPv4 we have 4 fields, and every field have 8 bits. So I can write minimum value 0 by using 8 bits and maximum value 255 by using 8 bits. That's the reason in one field we can't write a value more than 255. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So minimum value will be 0 and maximum value will be 255, right? So that's the reason it is an invalid IP address. As you can see over here in third octet, there is value 275 which is greater than 255. It's not possible to write 275 by using 8 bits. You need 9 bits to write 275. Am I right? You need 9 bits to write 275. By using 8 bits, you can write maximum 255 value and minimum 0, right? So IPv4 address is, how long address it is? It is 32 bits long address, 32 bits address. 32 bits address, and we represented IPv4 in dotted decimal form, and we have 4 field in IPv4, 4 field. So 4 field and 32 bits total size of IPv4 address, right? So how many bits will carry in one field? 8 bits, right? Because 32 bits total IP address and we have 4 field, so let me divide it, 8 bits, right? So each field will carry 8 bits information, right? 8 bits over here, 8 bits over here, 8 bits over here, and 8 bits over here. Am I right? Am I right, everyone? And you are getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right? You are getting why 275 is an invalid IP address? Because you can't write more than 255 value, right, by using 8 bits. Exactly. Now, okay, good. Thank you. So we have 4 field, right? So in first field value is 0, in second field value is 0, in third field value is 0, in fourth field value is 0. That means it is the IP address. It is an IP address, right? But it is a lowest IP address. It is the lowest IP address. It is the lowest IP address. And what is the highest IP address? 255.255. It is the highest IP address. So all IP address belongs to 0 to 255, right? From here to here. From here to here, right? All IP address will exist between 0.0.0.0 to 255.255.255.255, right? So if I am writing one IP address over here is 192.168.10.10. So definitely this IP address belongs to this range from here to here, right? So this is your minimum IP address, lowest IP address, and this is your highest IP address, largest IP address. Okay? Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. Thank you. Now let me talk about classification of IPv4, right? Guys, first let me make you understand classification. Then I will discuss why classification is required. Right? First, let me know what is classification. How we classify IPv4. Okay. So we classify IPv4 in 5 classes. Anyone know about that classes? How many classes? In 5 classes.
Class A, class B, class C, class D, class E.
Class A, B, C, D, E.
Okay, great. So on the basis of which information we divide IP address into classes? Anyone know? On the basis of which information? We divide IPv4 into
IPv4.
classes? Yes. You all are getting my question?
Yes.
Yes. So anyone want to share your answer? No one? We divide IPv4 address on the basis of first bits value of first octet. Value of first octet. Right? Yes. Tell me, Adil, what you are trying to say? Just I am saying we divide IPv4 into 5 classes on the basis of value present in first octet. That's it. You can make entry in your note that we divide IPv4 address on the basis of value present in first octet. That's it. Okay? You all are getting my point?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Sir.
Yes. Come here. So actually what I say we have 4 fields in IPv4 and we divide IPv4 address into some classes on the basis of value present in first octet. Okay, let me allow and
I swear. So
guys, I am getting unwanted sound. Sound from someone. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Who is laughing? Shahu. Okay. Let me remove you. Yes. So what I said we divide IP address on the basis of value present in first octet, right? So guys, tell me how many bits are there in first octet? 8 bits. 8 bits, right? So minimum value will be 0. 8 bits will be 0. 2, 4, 6, 8 times 0, right? And this is your binary and decimal value is 0, right? And if all bits are on, right, 2, 4, 6, 8, then value will be 255, right? So what I will do, I will reserve 1 bits. For class A. For class A, I will reserve 1 bits as 0, right? 1 bits at 0. So what happened here? If I will reserve 1 bits in class A, if I will reserve 1 bits for class A, so how many left bits are there? Anyone? 31, total 31 in first octet 7, right?
Yes,
in first octet 7 bits, right? So what if I put 7 bits as 0, 2, 4, 6 and 7? What the decimal value I will get from this 8 bits is 0, right? And what I will get the decimal value if I turn on the all bits? 2, 4, 6, 8, not 7 bits, right? Then you will get value 127. You can You can convert this binary into decimal. You will get 127. And this is the reason for class A, there is a range from 0 to 127. So if there will be value in first octet and the value is from 0 to 127, that means that IP address belongs to which class?
A class.
Class A, right? All are getting my point? You all are getting my point?
Yes.
Yes. So I am just writing one IP address. Tell me one IP address 10.10.10.10. From which class this IP address belongs to?
Class A.
Class A. How we check on the basis of value present in first octet. So in first octet value is 10 and 10 is in the range from 0 to 127. That means it's the range of class A, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me talk about class B. Let me talk about class B first. So for class A, there is a range from 0 to 127, right? So I have suppose one IP address 126.127.128.129. So you would to find from which class this IP address belongs to, you don't need to look at this information, right? You don't need to look this information. Just check value in first octet. If the value in first octet will be from 0 to 127, that means this IP address belongs to class A.
Class A.
Fine. Let me talk about class B. This is the classification, right? I am not going to teach you class D and class E, right? As a network engineer, you will work on this IP address on class A, class B and class C, right? As a network engineer, you will work on only these classes, right? Class A, class B, class C. Fine. So let me talk about class B first. Actually, what I will do, I will reserve 2 bits for class B, and first bit will be 1 and second bit will be 0, right? So how many left bits are there? How many left bits are there in first octet?
6 bits, sir.
6 bits, right? So what value I will get if I put this 6 value as a 0? Can anyone tell me the decimal value of this binary? 10000000. What will be the decimal value?
128, sir.
128, right? Definitely, very good, dear. And what value I will get if I put this value as 1?
191.
191. So for class B, my range is 128 to 190. 191. It's 191. It's 191. Okay, it's 191. So if there will be an IP address like 193.10.10.10.10. So, and someone will ask to you from which class this IP address belongs to. What you will say?
Class C.
Class C. B. If suppose I am writing one IP address over here. I am writing one IP address over here. Guys, you guys are able to see my screen? My screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Let me write one IP address 172.168.10.10. Let me know from which class this IP address belongs to.
Class B.
Class B, right? So you don't need to check this value to find from which class this IP address belongs to, right? You will check always the value present in first octet, right? Because I already told you that we divide IP address on the basis of value present in first octet. Am I right? Right? So range for class B will be 128 to 191. Let me talk about class C. So for class C, I reserve 3 bits. Guys, how many of you are active on my Facebook page, on my PM Networking Facebook page? I asked too many subnetting questions there, and people is doing mistake always in one question, and that question today I am going to share with you, right? But you have to answer very carefully. If you will say your wrong answer, then definitely it will demotivate me. Fine. So just wait for some time. I will share one question with you that maximum people is giving wrong answer on that question. So I will share that question again with you, right? And I will see you guys will share your right answer. Your answer will be right or wrong, right? Okay, fine. So for class C, I reserve 3 bits. First bit is 1, second bit is 1, and third bit is 0. How many left bits are there? 5 bits in first octet, right? So let me put 5 bits as 0. 2, 4, 6. No, 5 bits. So what's the value I will get from if I will convert these value in decimal? Not 193. 192.
192.
Yes, 192. This is 128, right? And this is 64, right? Add it. 192, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. And what value I will get if I put 1 over here? 1 over here.
23.
223. 223. So what will be the range for class C? What will be the range for class C?
192 to 223.
192 to 123. Good.
223.
So I have one IP address 192.168.10.10. This
C
IP address
plus.
belongs to class C, right?
Two.
Class C. Okay. But guys, understand this is an IP address, right? And this is a combination of two things. Can anyone
Network and host.
network and host, right? Network and host. Okay. Network and host. A IP address is a combination of, you can write in your net. IP address is combination of two things. First one is network bits and second thing is host bits, right? So IPv4 is combination of two things. IP address is combination of
Two things. Network and host.
Who will tell me how many network bits are there and how many host bits are there in this particular IP address?
3 network, sir. 3 network bits and 1 host.
No, dear. My question is different. This is an IP address. I am asking. Okay, tell me from which class this IP address belongs to?
C class.
Class C. Now this IP address is combination of two things, right? This IP address is combination of two things. Like suppose we have water.
One
and
octet is host.
yes, suppose this is my bottle of water, right? And suppose I will put some milk over here. I put some milk in the water and I will mix it. Then if someone will tell me to separate water or milk, right? Then I will ask them, give me a tool, give me a marker, to give me a separator, right? So that I can separate water from milk or I can separate milk from water, right?
Yes, sir.
Am I right? So IP address is combination of two things. There is some network bits and there is some host bit. So I am talking about that marker.
There are, sir, 24 network bits and 8 host bits.
So who tell you that there is some 24 network bits and 8 are host bits? Who tell you?
No, sir.
I am talking about that marker. I am talking about that tool. Yes, someone tell. Yes. Again.
In base of first octet.
On the basis of value in first octet, you will decide from which class this IP address belongs to. Fine. Now I am telling you IP address is combination of two things, network bits and host bits. And I am asking you, there is one tool who will tell us how many network bits are there and how many host bits are there. And that tool is known as
Subnet.
Subnet mask, right? That tool is known as subnet mask. So subnet, if interviewer is asking you what is subnet mask, subnet mask is a tool or subnet mask is a marker which specify how many network bits are there and how many host bit are there in a particular IP address. You guys are getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Subnet mask is a tool, or subnet mask is a marker which specify how many network bits are there and how many host bits are there in a particular IP address, right? Subnet
Yes, sir.
mask.
Hello, sir.
Yes. 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 Tell me what happened here. How many of you feeling boring? How many of you guys feeling boring?
I'm writing.
Yes.
Enjoying, sir.
Enjoying?
Enjoying.
Yes. You are learning technology, right? You don't need to take a stress. We need to learn it, right? It's all about learning, not about fitting in mind, right? It's very difficult to fit in mind without understanding what it is exactly.
Really enjoying your teaching method, sir.
Yes. Thank you, dear. Thank
Great,
you.
Roy.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Okay, let me move. Yes.
Love from Lahore, sir.
Lahore. Oh, good. Thanks for joining, dear.
Sir,
Yes.
after this class, it's better to teach us how to learn Indian language. You have a method to teaching. You have a lot of method of teaching.
Do you want to learn Indian language? Hindi?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Good. Definitely, I will tell you how you can improve your English, how you can learn Hindi, and how you will improve your Hindi, right? But not now.
I do respect, sir. I do respect, sir.
Yes. Thank you. I will share with you. Not worry, we will talk on WhatsApp. You have my WhatsApp number, right?
I know, sir.
Yes.
I have it, sir.
Yes. So we will talk on WhatsApp. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, dear. Anyone is asking? Subnet mask. So subnet mask is a tool or marker which specify how many network bits are there and how many host bits are there in a particular IP address. So subnet mask is predefined for class A. Subnet mask is predefined 255.0.0.0, and 255 means all bits in first octet is 1, right?
1.
Then only you will get 255, and in second octet there will be no any network bits, right? There is no any ones, right? So this value is saying that how many network bits are there? 8 bits, right? And how many host bits are there? 24 bits.
24 bits.
So how we calculate host bit? Actually, we know the total IP address is 32 bits and we have 8 network bits. That means we have to subtract 8 from 32. So we will get 24. That means 24 is host bit, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So for class B, for class A, for class B, subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. For class C, subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Okay? Yes, you can make entry in your note, right? For class A, subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Guys, it's predefined, right? It is a predefined, right? But what you need to understand over here is, in first octet, if value is 255 and all octets value is 0, that means there is 8 bits, right? Which is network bits. That means there is 8 bits are 1, right? Then only I will get 255. In class B, I am getting 2 times 255.255. That means there is 24 network bits and 8 host bit. Network bit means 1 and host bit means 0. Okay, fine. Fine to everyone.
And what's about the D and E class subnet?
DNA class, as a network engineer, we will not work on class D and class E. Class D is used for multicasting, and class E is used for research.
We understand it. That's used for the multicast and broadcasting. But the main point is that if someone asks me what is the subnetting for the D or E, then what's the answer?
Subnetting will be same. Subnetting is not possible. Subnetting for D and E. D and E.
Yeah.
Subnetting is not possible for these two class, right?
Why, sir?
Who will do subnetting? Network engineer.
Can you tell me the reason?
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
why?
Why subnetting is not possible for class D and class E?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't know, but I will find the answer and then I will share with you guys. Okay. Actually, right now I don't know why it's not possible, right? But I know it's not possible subnetting for class.
In a theoretical, we understand we are able to use only A to ABC. I understand D we are not using, but if that we are able to use for the multicasting and the broadcasting, for that might be there is some subnetting for that. Can you tell me the reason why we are not able to find the subnetting for D or E?
Actually, guys, understand for just like I am talking about multicasting address, right? So multicasting address is reserved just like 224.0.0.9, right? Is reserved for RIP routing protocols. How you can do subnetting on this multicast address? How any other protocols will use this same IP address? So multicast IP address is reserved for the service. Right? And if you want to know more about it, let me give some time. Actually, I also don't know much about it. Right? And today is not my agenda to discuss class E and class D IP addressing and class D subnetting. Okay, dear? Okay, Mohit?
Yeah, okay.
Any problem?
Not really.
Break.
Multicasting address is reserved, just like one is reserved for RIP, one is reserved for EIGRP, for multiple services, right? EIGRP. So you can't do subnetting on the IP address which is reserved, right? Am I right, Mohit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, what will break? Tea break.
Oh my God. No break is required. It's 8:37. No, I think break is required. Really? Okay. Let me take break for 5 minutes. Let me take break for 5 minutes. Stopwatch.
We are start now, huh?
Yes, but it's not working. Okay, let me remove it. Hey, CD.
Yes, sir.
Set a timer for 5 minutes. Yes, you can see. Okay. We will meet again.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, dear. You can share your any question if you want to share. Someone want to share your question, and you can definitely share, right? But I will start discussion after 5 minutes. Okay. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay, sir.
It's break for you. Yes, Adil, where are you from, dear?
Basically, I'm from Mumbai, but right now I'm in Dubai.
Oh, You are from Mumbai but living in Dubai, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you are network engineer there?
I work as a network engineer in Qatar,
Okay.
like one of the bank. After I did the CCNA in 2013.
Okay.
After that, I worked 5 years.
Okay.
Then right now I'm here looking for the job. I'm in Dubai.
Okay.
So suitable job. Anything.
Good. Is anyone there who completed my 45 days live training? Is anyone there who completed my 45-day live training? No.
Sir, I'm not, but I have some question with you.
Okay.
Will you explain the slash, in the subnet masking slash concept is there, right? Slash 30, slash 24.
Yes.
Will you
Yes.
explain on that today in section?
Yes. Definitely. Just wait.
Okay.
Now I will
Thank
discuss CIDR value. Don't worry about that. Definitely
Sure,
I
thank
will
you.
share. I don't know when this conversation will end. Right? Really, I don't know. I don't know. How
No
many
problem.
times
Just
I
I
am
want
going to teach you.
You will discuss that question, right? 5 host. If you want to five host on
Yes.
so how many bits are on,
No.
right?
My question is yes. Thanks for reminding me. Yes. Okay. Tell me. Okay. Let me share the same question with you. Let me share. One Facebook and PM networking. Okay. This is my page. Am I right?
Yes.
Oh my God, how? Where I will find my post? My post here. See all. Let me open the.
I'm sorry I'm left behind, but inshallah I will catch you.
Okay, I have here this question as well. Okay. Yes, this question. Yes, this question. In the IPv4 addressing format, the number of networks allowed under Class C addresses is how many networks? How many IP addresses? How many total bits are there in IP address? 32 bits, right? For Class C, how many bits are reserved?
24.
Right? Okay, so for Class C, 24 bits are reserved for network bits, right? Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Am I right? So in these 24 bits, we reserve 3 more bits. That is 1, 1, and 0. Am I right? So how many 3 network bits are there? 21. So right answer of this question is C. But people is saying that right answer is D. And they are discussing with me, sir, you are wrong. Few people is saying, sir, you are wrong.
Sir, one more time you will explain.
Yeah, definitely. How many of you understand? How many of you agree with my answer? Yes, sir, answer is C. Right answer is C. How many of you agree with this? Yes, answer is C.
We agree.
Yes. Look. In the IPv4 addressing format, right? In IPv4 addressing format, the number of network bits allowed under Class C addresses is how many network bits are free, which we can use, right? So for class C, how many network bits are there? 24 bits, right? In these 24 bits, we reserve 3 more bits, that is 1, 1 and 0. First 3 bits, right? First 3 bits. So how many free bits are there? How many free network bits are there in IPv in class C addressing? 21, right? So how many networks can be formed by class C IP address 2 to the power 21 or 2 to the power 24?
21.
21. As you know what, I picked this question from CCNA exam book, right? In 2016 exam paper, I picked this question, right? And when I see this question on my Facebook page, more than 60% people said that answer is definitely D. I can teach you. You are wrong, right? I received different types of comments on this question, right? One person comment me that, sir, if you prove that your answer C is right answer, then let me show you the comment. I didn't delete that comment, right? But it will take much time right now. Not
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, tell me.
But please, sir, how can we understand that it is D? Can you show us the procedure to find it? For finding it?
Yes, dear. Can you repeat?
The procedure for finding that question that you said the answer is D.
After this webinar, I will share that PDF in the same WhatsApp group. Okay, don't worry about that.
Okay.
After webinar, you will get access of recording. You will get access, not everyone, right? This will be unlisted video. So you can access by link only, right? Not everyone can access it. Fine?
Okay,
so
sir.
Let me move.
So what will be your next topic and when? Sorry.
Yes. Ask me again. Yes.
What will be your next topic? And when?
So definitely I will inform you on my Facebook page, on my PM networking Facebook page, right?
Yes.
You are my follower now.
Okay.
So definitely you will get updates.
Yes.
Once I will planning to do a live session or webinar, free webinar, paid webinar, you will get notified of each and every things, right? So don't worry about that. You will get notified once I will. So I think next week on same Sunday, the same day Sunday, we will meet live again with I think OSPF. OSPF.
I will join.
Yes, definitely. So okay. Now I discussed IPv4 address, right? After that, subnet mask, right? And now next topic is subnetting. So what is subnetting? Anyone want to explain what is subnetting? How you answer in interview if your interviewer asks you to explain subnetting?
Single network divided into multiple networks.
Okay. Anyone else? Now I am explaining. If you are interviewer and if you are asking me explain subnetting, so how I will explain in interview? Subnetting is a process. What I will say? Subnetting is a process. Subnetting is a process which is used to divide a big network into multiple small network. Right? What is the logic of dividing a big network into multiple small network? Can anyone want to say? Can anyone want to share your answer? What is the logic?
To save live IP addresses, sir. Public IP address.
Wastage or shortage?
Yes.
First thing is shortage. right? We have shortage of IPv4, right? Many organization was facing too many states, too many problems because IPv4 was shorting that time. So they divide IPv4 into two parts. First, private, public, right? So that just suppose I am using, my laptop is using private IP address 10.0.0.1. So there is million of more users using same private IP address, right? So private IP address can be reusable. So that we divide IP address into two parts, private and public. If you will ask what is the range of private and public, I really don't know. I really don't know. Why I will remember that? I can check it anytime on Google, right? You don't need to remember the range of private and public, but you have to know what is the difference between private and public. Okay.
From 192, this is the public IP, right?
Yes. For class A, for every class, for each and every class, there is a range of private IP address, right? Just like 10.0.0.02, 10.255.255.255 for class A, right? Like this.
Okay.
So why we divide into two parts? Shortage of IPv4. Okay. So by dividing IPv4 into two parts, right? Again the shortage of IPv4 were there, right? So organization was working on it, right? And organization start dividing network, start reducing the wastage of IP address. Just suppose in a network, I have one network, right? And there is 100 user connected, 100 computers are connected through a switch, fine. And I am using a network 192.168.10.0/24. So there is how many valid hosts? 152. And how many hosts are there? 100. That means 54 IP address I am wasting in my network, right? So to reduce this wastage, right, we come up with subnetting. Okay. Why we come up with subnetting? To reduce the wastage of IPv4. That's it. To reduce the wastage of IPv4, right? So I will answer in interview. If interviewer asks me to explain subnetting, right? You know how I will share my answer. So you should also share in the same way. Subnetting is a process of dividing a big network into multiple small network. We come up with subnetting to reduce the wastage of IPv4, okay? And after subnetting, we come up with VLSM as well, right? To divide network ununiformly. Subnetting is a process of dividing a network uniformly, right? In each network, length will be same. Okay? So let me move on subnetting. How many of you are aware with CIDR? Classless inter-domain routing. I will discuss this particular topic in other video, right? And you can visit on my YouTube channel as well. I make 2 to 3 video on it, right? So for class A, CIDR value is /8. For class B, CIDR value is 16. For class C, for class A 8, for class B 16, for class C, CIDR value is 24. And what CIDR value is telling us? CIDR value is telling us that in IP address, which IP addresses belongs to class A, for that IP address, how many network bits will be there? So for class A, how many network bits will be there? 8 bits. For class B, how many network bits will be there? 16 bits. For class C, how many network bits will be there? 24 bits. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? Please let me know. Let me know. Yes?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Yes. Good.
CID
CIDR value, CIDR value, CIDR value. It is a slash rotation which tells us the number of network bits in an IP address. Okay. What it tells us? It tells us how many network bits, and you can calculate host bit by yourself, right? So for class A, suppose I am writing one IP address over here is 10.0.0.1, right? And CIDR value is 8. That means how many network bits are there? 8 bits. 8 bits. And total IP address is 32 bits. So in 32 bits IP address, there is 8 network bits. That means how many host bits are there? 24 bits. Am I right? In the same way for class C, how many network bits are there? 24 bits. Total IP address is 32 bits. I can subtract 24. I will get 8. Right? So 8 bits are host bit in class C IP address. Okay.
Is we are configuring the same like this, means /8/18. We are configuring this
yes,
method.
It is by default here. It's by default, right? It's by default. It's your subnet mask.
I mean, when we are configuring the IP address,
right,
we are giving the IP address and the subnet mask.
You can give subnet mask and you can give slash notation as well. You can define CIDR value
you can
as
configure
well.
like that also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And once you enter IP address 10.0.0.1, right? In packet tracer, you have observed that automatically subnet mask is set to 255.0.0.0, right? So how your computer pick this subnet mask, right? Your computer check first octet value. First octet value is 10. That means this IP address belongs to which class? Class A. So for class A, there is default subnet mask that is 255.0.0.0. And if you are using different slash value, then you have to change the subnet mask, right? Okay, I don't know why no people is joining, right? What you will get here? Okay, you need to write some formula for subnetting. So to find number of network, it's simply 2 to the power n. Formula is 2 to the power n, 2 to the power x or n, right? How to find number of networks, right? So 2 to the power x. But the main thing is what is this x? What is this x? Right? So where x is the number of network bits goes in host bit. Guys, understand, a story is here. A story is here. How to find number of network? Number of network is 2 to the power x or 2 to the power n, where n is number of network bits goes in host bit. If I am writing one IP address 192.10.0.0.1/8. So how many network bits goes in host bits? Okay, first of all, let me know how many network bits are there. 8 network bits are there, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. And how many host bits are there? 24 host bits are there. Am I right? So yes. Formula of finding number of network is 2 to the power n, where n say how many network bits goes in host bit, right? So this is your host bit, this is your host bit, this is your host bit. How many network bits goes in host bit? 0 bits. 0 bits. So 2 to the power 0. That means 1. So how many number of networks are there? Only 1. 1, right? But if I write 10.0.0.1/9, oh my God, now the story is changed, right?
Yes.
Now 1 bit is on over here, right? That means this is an IP address which belongs to class A, but I am using /9, and by default slash value is 8, right? That means 1 bits I borrow from my neighbor, right? That means 1 bit goes in host bit from network bits. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So how many network will form here? Yes. 2 to the power n. Now value of n is 1. So how many number of network are there? 2. Actually, what I do, I divide this network in two parts, right? I divide this network into two parts, right? So if someone wants to make 5 network, right? If someone wants to make 8 network from this network, from this 10.0.0.0/8. This is a single network. Someone wants to create 8 network. What slash value they will use?
16.
Understand, number of network is 2 to the power n, where n is number of network bits goes in host bit. If I will turn one network bit in host bit, then what value I will take? 1, that means 2 network, right? When I will take 2 bits borrow, right? First octet is okay, completely 1. In second octet, I will turn on 2 bits and 6 bit is still 0, right? What the value I will get? 2 to the power 1. That means 2. So I divide this network into 2 parts. Let me on 1 more bits over here, right? Now 2 to the power 3 or 2. If I turn 3 bits in this sector in second octet, right? That means 3 network bits goes in host bit. Am I right? So value of n is 3, right? So 2 to the power 3 is 8, right? So whenever someone wants to create 8 network, what slash value they will use? They will use slash, not 8, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, right? Okay, tell me, if someone wants to create 16 networks from this network, 16 networks, what slash value they will take what slash value?
Signal नहीं आ रहा अंदर
16.
16. Now I want to divide this network. This is a single network into 60 parts. How many network bits will be there? What will be the slash value?
16.
Why 16? Okay, let me see. Let's focus here, right? 2 to the power 3 means I am 3. There is 3 network bits which goes in host bit. So I am getting 8 networks, right? What if I will turn on 1 more network bits over here? So 2 to the power 4. That means 16. Am I right? So if I want to divide this network into 60 parts, so I will use slash 12. Right? If I want to divide this network into 32 parts, I will use slash 13. I want to divide this network into 64 parts, I will use slash 14. You guys are getting my point or not?
Yes.
Getting, sir, getting.
Getting, everyone? It's very important, yeah, right? If you are not getting anything, then there is no logic of investing your time over here, right? 2 hours is big time, right? It's a large time. Am I right? So be only if you are getting my point, if you are learning, right? Otherwise, there is no any logic of investing your time in unnecessary things, right? If you are not getting, that means it is unnecessary for you. Am I right?
But sir, even if you are not getting, I think if you exercise patience, maybe with time you can get it. Cool? I think it's not a matter of waiting.
Okay. So how to find number of network 2 to the power n, right? And this value will decide, this n value will decide what slash value I will use. Okay, so I will discuss these things again. Just wait for some time. Let me show you how to find network ID first. How to find network ID. Just suppose I have one IP address 192.168.10.10/24. Can anyone tell me the network ID of this IP address?
192.0.0.0.
192.168.10.10.0.
0.
How you get this value?
First network address.
Okay, let me write one more IP address over here. It's 192.168.10.128/25. Is it a valid IP address? Is it a valid IP address or not?
No.
Why?
192.168.10.1.
You know, guys, it is a network ID. It is a network ID. It is not a valid IP address, right? Okay, just wait. You can do it by yourself just after 5 minutes. Just after 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay. Okay, how you find the network ID of this particular IP address? Can anyone tell me how you will find?
First address is network address.
Okay, so here /24 is saying that your 24 bits is network portion, so you don't need to change anything in first 24 bits, right? So kahani, so a story will be there here 10. So I will convert this value in binary. So what will be the binary of 10? Am I right? 000001010, right? And I will write subnet mask. What will be the subnet mask? Subnet mask will be 255.255.0. So I will convert in binary of last octet of my subnet mask, because this is my network portion, right? I am not going to touch my network portion. I will convert this value in decimal. So value is 0. So all value will be 0. Now I will perform AND operation over here. AND operation, right? So 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 and 0 0 0. So I am getting all values 0. So what will be the output in decimal? 0. Am I right? So that's the reason why here is 0. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. In the same way, I have IP address 192.168.10.128/25. So guys, which class IP address it is? Class C. Class C.
Yes.
Class C. For class C, what is the CIDR value? /value 24. And what / value I am using over here?
25.
That means how many network bits goes in host bit?
25 network.
That means 1 bits we borrow from neighbor. Am I right?
Yes.
So how many network bits form there? 2 to the power
25.
2 to the power 1 2 3 4 5 what?
25.
Why 25?
7.
2 to the power n, where n is number of network bits which we borrow from my neighbors, right? So I am using IP address of class C. For class C, defined CIDR value is /24, and I am using /25. That means I borrow 1 bit, right?
Yes.
So you need to put this one value over here, 2 to the power 1. So how many networks will we form here? 2 networks, right?
2019.
2 networks, right? And 4/25, can anyone say me what will be the subnet mask for /25?
255 and 220.
255.255.128, right? 128. So what I need to do over here is, actually I know there is 2 network. Now I am using /25. That means we created 2 networks. We divide a big network into 2 parts, right? So what will be the network ID of first network and what will be the network ID of second network, right? So How to find? How to find?
First one.
So this is a network address of /25, right?
Yes. I am using /25. That means one bit I borrow from my neighbor. That means how many network? I am going to create two networks, right? And
Yes.
for two networks, there will be two network ID, there will be two broadcast ID. Am I right? So what will be the first network ID and what will be the next network ID?
1 and 129 is the network IP.
Okay.
And last should be 128 and 255 is the broadcast.
Anyone know what is the use of network ID? Network ID. Why we are not able to assign network ID to my PC, to my computer? Anyone know?
You're configuring to the router. Network in the router.
Actually, network ID tell us from where your network is start, right? From where your network will start, and broadcast address is telling you where your network will end, right? So that's the reason you can't assign a network ID to the host. You have to assign a valid IP address. A network ID is just saying that, yes, from here your network is starting, right? It's not a valid IP address. Fine. So there is two network ID, right? In my scenario, there is two network ID. Can anyone tell me first network ID and second network ID? Okay, actually understand block size. Block size is a tool, or again block size is a marker which tell us from where my next network will start. From where my next network will start. Right? We need to calculate block size to find from where my next network will start. Right? So formula of block size is 256 minus you can write it subnet mask of that octet where last one is present, right? Subnet mask of that octet where last one is present, right? So last one present in fourth octet in subnet mask, okay, in fourth octet where last one is present, guys, in fourth octet, am I right? So what is the subnet mask of last octet? 128. So subtract it, 128. You will get 128 when you subscribe 128 from 256. Fine, you will get 128. Now my first network is 192.168.10.0 and my second network is 192.168.10.128. Right? So block size is telling me that from where your next network will start. This is my network 1 and this is my network 2. What is the broadcast ID of network 1? 192.168.10.127. Right? So this is your broadcast ID. This is your broadcast ID. This is your network ID. This is your network ID, right? So what is your first valid IP address? 10.1. 10.1.
10.2.
10.1 is your first valid IP address. 10.1 is your first valid IP address, right? And what is your last valid IP address? 10.126, right? So how many hosts can be there in this network?
127.
126, yeah, yes, 126 host can be there, right? Starting from 10.1 and ending at 10.126, right? Okay, let me talk about second networks. What will be the broadcast ID of my second network? 192.168.10.255, right? If you are confusing how you write 10.255, let me do one thing. Let me write network number 3. If there will be one more network over here, that is network 3. So what will be the value over here? 10.128 plus my block size 128, that means 256, right?
64. Okay.
So what is the exact IP address which is before this? 10.256 is 10.255. Am I right? And this is not a valid IP address, right? So you need to remove it. Fine. So how you can find your last broadcast address? You can imagine the next network and you can subtract 1 from that IP address, okay? From that network ID. So my question was, this is a valid IP address or not? So this is not a valid IP address, guys. This is a network ID, right? So first valid IP address is 10.129, right? For this network. For this network, first valid IP address is 10.129 and last valid IP address is 10.254, right? So how many hosts can be there? Again 126.
34.
Am I right? Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Please tell about 23 select, sir.
yes. Yes, dear.
Please about sir 23/23.
23. Okay. /23. So, dear, you can't do subnetting of class C by using /23. Am I right? Because for class C, by default, CIDR value is 24, right? You can't
24.
subtract it, right? Because we are doing subnetting by using host bit, right? By using host bit. So we have only 8 host bit for class C, right? So we can use /23 for class A and class B, okay? And just wait for some time. I will show you how we will do subnetting for /23. Okay, just wait. Let me discuss one question. One of my follower requested me to solve his question. Let me check his question. Very. So now you guys will share answer, right? I am not going to share answer. Okay. Now you guys are able to see this question? Yes. So tell me, you have network 192. You have network 192.168.1.0 and /24 and want 6 subnet. Want to divide this network into 6 parts, right? I want to divide this network into 6 parts. And guys, I must tell you, we can't divide a network in 6 parts, right? You can either divide in 2 parts, 4 parts, 8 parts, 16 parts, 32 parts, right? You can't divide in 6 parts, right? So how you can divide this network in 8 parts? To divide a network into 8 parts, right? Formula is 2 to the power n, right? N 2 to the power n should be greater than and equal to my requirement 6. My requirement. So what value I will put here? If I will put 1, yes. 2. If I will put 2, so 2 to the power 2 is 4. Oh my God, you are saying that 4 is greater than and equal to 6?
No. 3 bits. 27 subnet.
So you need to put n equals 3. So if I will put n equals 3, that means I am taking borrow 3 bits from my neighbor. What will be the slash value? Value will be 27. Right? So right answer of this question is /27. Okay. Now let me check this question. You have 192.4.4.0/24 and want it's the 50 networks. Okay. 50 networks. So 2 to the power n is greater than and equal to 50. Now you guys let me know what will be the value of n.
Sub to the power 6.
Very good. n equals 6. Right? So what will be the slash value?
30.
24 plus 6. Right?
6.
Equals
30.
30.
30.
Fine. Next question. You have 130.94.130.94.0.0, right? And slash
31.
16.
30. Slash 30. 16.
We want to divide this network into 100 parts. So 2 to the power n 100. What will be the value of n?
23. 7.
N will be
7.
7. So I will add 7 over here.
23.
23. Am I right? Very good. Question 4 is, finally you have 10.0.0.0/8 and want 400 networks. Okay.
400.
So 2 to the power n is greater than or equal to 400. What will be the value of n?
9, sir.
16.
9.
9.
8.
Yes, sir.
8.
16.
Total 8 bits, sir. 9 will not become.
8.
Okay. Sorry.
8.
8,
255.
9.
Put that.
8, 9, 8, 9, what?
Eight.
Few people are
8,
saying
sir. Fine.
2 to the power 8. Let me check. 2 to the power 8 is 256.
Yes.
So you are not getting 400 network over here if you are using 8, right? So what will be the value of n? N will be 9, right?
Yes, sir.
So 9 was correct.
Yes, definitely. So what will be the slash value? Slash value will be
15.
15.
8 plus 9.
15.
17.
17.
17.
Right? So slash 17 is right answer of this question. Fine. Okay, I have one more question. Now you guys are able to see this question, read this question. In each question, first 3 subnet address. So yes, you can write first 3 subnet address. Am I right? It's very easy. Subnet mask address, yes. Broadcast address, first valid IP address, last valid IP address. Interviewer can ask lot of questions, right? So you will follow the simple method, right? Formula is only 2. One is number of network 2 to the power n. Second one is block size. That's it, right? Interviewer can ask you to find first valid IP address, last valid IP address, network ID, subnet mask, slash value, exactly, many things. So I have one question. I have not one question, I have 10 questions, right? I have 10 questions, and my first question is this. 192.168.286.16. Is it a valid IP address or not? Definitely not, right? Everyone is agree?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
Yes. Now find network ID of this IP address. Tell me the network ID of this IP address. Tell me.
191.168.191.
191, 192.168. 10 dot.
191.
Okay, 192.168.10.191.
191, sir.
Yes,
191.
0.
Yes, sir.
0.
128.
Who is saying 0?
0.
191.
Who is saying 0 and who is saying, few people are saying 191, few are saying 192, few are saying 0.
191.
What?
Network ID is 0, sir.
0.
0.
Zero, sir. Dot. Then say
Zero. The people who is saying answer is zero is absolutely incorrect. Absolutely, you are wrong. Okay.
191 is right.
25.
Don't say blindly 10.0, right? The interviewer is asking 192.168.10.129, right? And /25. Tell me the network ID, and people are saying that 192.168.10.0, right? Yes, 128 is right answer, right?
Yes,
Because this
yes.
IP address belongs to this network, not 10.0, right? So if I am using /25, if I am using /25, what will be the subnet mask? 255.255.255.128. Am I right? What will be the block size? Block size 256 minus subnet mask of that octet where last one is percent. That means 128. So I have to subtract 128. So block size will be 128. Am I right? And how many network will form there? N equals 1. So 2 to the power 1. That means 2 network is I am going to form, right? Over here. So what will be the network ID of first network? 192.168.10.0. And second network is 192.168.10. And my block size, I have to add block size over here, right? So block size is 128. 0 to 128. So 128. So this is the network ID of my first network. This is the network ID of my second network. Let me know the broadcast ID of this network. 192.168.10.
127.
127.168.10.255. Now let me know this IP address belongs to which network? Belongs to this network or belongs to this network?
Second.
So
just one.
Second one. So why people are saying that 10.0? 10.0 is not right answer, right? There is first IP address is 10.1 and last IP
I
address
haven't
is
seen that /25.
okay.
I didn't see that, sir.
No problem. Here first valid IP address is 10.1 and last valid IP address is 10.126, right? And I have 192 over here. That means here the first valid IP address is 10.129 and last valid IP address is 10.254. That means 10.192 is between this and this, right? So network ID of this particular IP address is this one. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
I have one more question. Find the network ID and broadcast ID. Okay, no need to find. Okay, yes, this one. The network address of 172.16.0.0/19 provides how many networks and hosts? How many networks and hosts?
19.
So many people are saying wrong answer of this question as well on my Facebook page, on my Facebook post, and I picked this question as well from CCNA exam paper, right? This is good question. Understand, this IP address, this network ID belongs to which class?
B.
Class B. For class B, default CIDR value is 16, and I am using 6/ how many? 19. That means how many network bits I borrow? 3. 3. So 2 to the power 3 equals 8. That means 8 network will form, right? That means option A is incorrect, option B is incorrect, and option C is incorrect, right?
Yes.
How many network will be there? 8 network will be there, right? So in this 3 option, one option is correct, right? Let me find host. How many hosts?
8 network, 2046 hosts.
Yes. So we need to find host now. So host 2 to the power h. So how many host bits are there? Total IP address is 32 bits, and I am using 19 network bits. That means how many? 13.
13.
1 3. So put 2 to the power
Yes.
1 3.
Yes, sir.
What value you will get? Hey Siri,
2
2
raised
to
to
the power
power 13.
13. Yes, can anyone say what will be the value of 2 to the power 13? 2 to the power 13 is 8192.
Last.
0.
Yes. So you need to subtract 2 for 1 for network ID and 1 for broadcast ID.
Yes.
Broadcast.
Right?
Yes, I know.
So 8190. That means this one is right answer. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes,
For
sir.
/23, I will show you in other webinar, or for /23, you will do submitting in same way, in the way right now I am doing, right? There is nothing different. Not worry. If someone is feeling no, sir, please explain. Please let me know. Then I will explain. Okay? No problem at all.
Sir, recording will be available
Yes,
for
recording will be
this.
available. Yes. Now actually it's
Please explain why we
9:30.
divide networks.
Why we divide networks?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good question. Let me share the answer, my answer. Why we divide network? Suppose I have one IP 192.168.10.0/24. My own organization tell me to create 2 networks, right? 2 networks. He give me a good switch. Give me one more switch over here, and they say connect 50 computers in network 1 and 50 user in network 2, right? So I will connect 50 computer to here, over here, and I will connect 50 user over here, right? According to the organization, I created network, right? Now my organization give how many IP address? One IP address, one network ID, right?
Sir.
It's not possible, dear, to configure 192.168.10.1. Your first valid IP address is 10.1, right?
Yes.
And
Yes, sir.
there is 50 user. So your last IP
Yes,
address
you
will be
can.
10.50,
Yes.
but you can't assign 10.51 over here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because network will be same. So what you will configure over here? Here you will configure different network 192.168.20.0/24 this time, right? So you will get how many valid IP address over here is 254. 254 not how many IP address? How many valid IP address? Yes, 254 I think. And you are
Yes,
using
yes.
only 50.
Yes.
So that means 204 you are wasting. You are wasting 204 IP address in this network, right?
So we will divide the
And
network
in the
also.
same way you are wasting 204 IP address here. So to reduce this wastage, we do subnetting.
Subnetting.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Now that's all for today, right? That's all for today. You guys enjoy the session, today's session.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Great, sir.
Anyone member of my live training, 45-day
so
live
much.
training?
No.
Now
How to get that, sir?
Now I am going to sell something, right? Now your learning is end, right? So please go. You can go if you don't want to purchase, right? Now this is selling. I love selling, right? Now learning is complete. Your time is complete, right? Now you can go if you feel, no sir, actually I am here to learn only, right? Then you can go. Now I am going to tell you about my live training program, right? Guys, I am doing live training program for 45 days. For 45 days, right? In this 45 days, we meet live for 2 hours. 2 hours every day, 2 hours, right? In the live session, I will allow only 10 people. I will allow only 10 students. only 10 students are allowed to enter in this live session, right? And in these 45 days, right, I will make you perfect in basic in 3 modules, right? First one is basic module. Second one is routing module, and third one is switching modules. Once the people complete their 45-day live trainings, they can go for any other technology. People are easily crack Palo Alto, checkpoint firewall, right? They are able to understand CCNP security. They are able to understand CCIE security. They are able to understand CCNP in core enterprises, CCIE routing and switching, each and everything, any technology. This is your base, right? So in 45 days, I will make one base, one good base, a strong base, right? So that whenever you will learn any other technology, any advanced technology, doesn't matter I am teaching you or someone else teaching you, right? Just like CCNP security, just you are learning CCNP security from someone else, right? And if you are not getting the each and everything in your mind, and you are not able to correlate your knowledge to that training, right? That means your basic is not good. So I will make your base. I will make your command on basic. In basic, like OSI model, you will learn OSI model, each and everything. You will learn network fundamental, how we design a network, how actually for company is hiring you to save their money, right? If you are a good network engineer, if you know how to design a network, that means you know how many routers and how many firewalls and how many switches I will use to create such type of network. So according to requirements, you will create a perfect network once you learn network fundamental. Okay. So in basic modules, we will discuss network fundamental, OSI model, IPv4, complete IPv4, subnetting, VLSM, right? Packet flow, how packet flow from one computer to another computer, how packet flow through switch, how packet flow through router. After that, once your basic will complete, it will take approximately 10 days. It will take approximately 10 days to make a good command on basic, right? It will take at least 10 days. So in 10 days, I will make you understand in basic. And after 10 days, I will start next module, that is routing. In routing, I will discuss Cisco IOS first. Cisco IOS. How Cisco IOS works, what are the memories, so that whenever you go for troubleshooting, right, easily you can do troubleshooting. Until and unless you don't know the Cisco IOS, the behavior of Cisco IOS, the memory of Cisco IOS, how you can accept a good troubleshooting from yourself, right? It's not possible. So first you need to understand Cisco IOS first, each and everything. After that, I will start static routing. In static routing, I will show you how to configure a static routing. What is a static routing? What are the problem in a static routing, and how to troubleshoot a static routing, right? Once the static routing will complete, I will give you 5 practicals, so that you have to do that practical by yourself and you have to submit. Then we will continue our session to dynamic routing, right? Dynamic routing. So you will get 5 days break between a static routing to dynamic routing, 5-day break. In this break, I will give you some task, right? So you have to perform that task. If you will not able to perform that task, then definitely I will help you. I will meet you live apart from the class, right? And I will make you understand each and everything. Once you will good in basic Cisco IOS and routing, in a static routing, I will start dynamic routing. And dynamic routing, I will discuss RIP version 1, RIP version 2, EIGRP, OSPF, and BGP, right? These routing protocols. This routing protocol will make you perfect for interview, right? Guys, understand there are two types of company. One is ISP, Internet Service Provider, and other one is enterprises company. So all the ISP company is using BGP protocols in their network, and all the enterprises companies using OSPF routing protocol in their network. So you need to understand each and everything about these two protocols, right? First one is OSPF and second one is BGP. But to understand OSPF and BGP, you need to understand RIP. Then you need to understand what is the problem of RIP. Then only I will teach you EIGRP. When you will learn problem of EIGRP, then only I will make you understand OSPF. Then when you will able to find the problem in OSPF, then only I will teach you BGP, right? So this is the basic.
Right?
Yes. This is the basic module. After completion of basic modules, we will start switching module. In switching modules, we will discuss everything: how layer 2, how switch work, how switch forward traffic, how switch build MAC address table, what is VLAN, how to secure our network with VLAN, right? VLAN is a security feature, but everybody know VLAN is a custom network, or VLAN is used to break broadcast domain, but they don't know how to secure their network by using VLAN, right? If you are working in a company, right, and if you didn't change the native VLAN, right, that means company is paying, but you are not providing your complete knowledge to the company, because first security is native VLAN. You have to change the native VLAN. Everyone know the native value VLAN is 1, right? Anyone can access your switch. So first things you have to, if you are working in company, tomorrow go take access of switch and change the native VLAN, right? And then inform to your organizer, inform to the company, right? They will appreciate you. Okay. So in switching module, each and everything VLAN, after that STP, spanning tree protocols, how a loop can be occur in network, how to avoid loop, each and everything. Don't worry about that, right? So in this 45 days, I will cover each and everything, basic routing and switching. So cost for this training is only 6,000. Only 6,000. But you are in live session and you are serious, so I am giving at just 5,000 for 10 minutes, right? For 10 minutes only. So right now 9:43. If anyone want to enroll themselves for 45-day live training, right? Let me confirm on WhatsApp within 10 minutes. Okay. Now I am terminating this session. We will meet live again next week, maybe next week on Sunday or after next week, right? So whenever I will come live, I will inform you guys. Okay.
When this is going to start? That's 45 days.
Oh my God, it's my mistake. Sorry. From 15th of January. 15th of January. 15th of January, right? But enrollment process will close soon because I am allowing only 10 students, right? I am allowing only 10 students. Fine, dear? Everyone? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes? Can I end this conversation?
Sure, thank you.
Yes, thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.